Hey, welcome back to the Pilot's Mindset. Today is February the 12th, so that means that we are already 12 days into the 29-day consistency challenge. Congratulations, almost 2 weeks. Welcome back, welcome back. 12 days of consistency, certain inconsistencies for some of you, for maybe the ones that decided to aim for targets that were maybe a little too high. It's okay, so long as you head back on the wagon. Once again, you haven't failed. So long as you keep on trying, you're good. It's all good. All right. Today's topic, as you can see, still on the getaway. I was thinking that it would be great to talk about our relationship to nature in our overall life. Remember, pilot's mindset: aviate, navigate, communicate. These are the three priorities that we deal with in a flight deck, applicable to real life. So today we're talking about the aviate portion of things, which is your mental health and maybe also your spiritual health, because they're very tied to one another. So let me know in the comments below how often you manage to connect with Mother Nature. Is it through a nice walk? Is it through a certain activity that you like practicing on a regular basis? Is it through group activity? Is it on your own? I would be interested in hearing what is your relationship with Mother Nature. As pilots, we spend a lot of time in a flight deck, so although we have a vantage point of Mother Earth that's absolutely fascinating, I cannot tell you how many gorgeous sunsets and sunrises and moonrises I have witnessed in my career. There are probably hundreds of them. But one thing is for sure is we spend a lot of time in the flight deck, and if it's not in the flight deck, we spend a lot of time in the airport terminal, and as a result, we lack this connection with Mother Nature. It's kind of a dichotomy, because on one hand we get to see Mother Nature at play. For instance, when we look at a beautiful, crazy, wonderful and energetic thunderstorm cloud building up, and eventually we get to see those lightning strikes from a distance, or the St. Elmo's fire associated with what we call the static electricity all around the aircraft, and you can see on the windshield you've got some incredible electrical currents flowing. It's just beautiful. That's Mother Nature at play. But what I'm talking about is that we are still locked up in this pressurized environment, breathing a rather sterile air. It's highly filtered and whatnot, but at the same time we can't really touch the sky, if you wish. You can do it though when you go paragliding, for instance, because all you have is a beautiful wing right on top of you and just two straps. That's pure flying. Gliding as well. In my previous videos there, you saw that at one point I was gliding just for the pure passion of it. That's actually a great way to connect with Mother Nature. Although you have a canopy right on top, you still feel much closer to the elements than when you are flying, when you are operating, when you're managing a jetliner, for instance. So as far as I'm concerned, I love Mother Nature. I love going on challenging hikes in the mountains. I absolutely love also going on meadow hikes in the forest, for instance, like the kind of beautiful environment that I'm in right now. And also, I really got into meditation. It is fairly new to me. It's only been maybe for 2.5 years or something like that, and I have to admit that it has allowed me to have an even more profound connection with Mother Nature. When I went hiking in the mountains, I could feel repeatedly that there was something special. Of course, I was heavily relying on my scientific mind, telling me that there was something about the radiation of the rocks. It was just a very specific energy when I was up high in the mountains, and I was trying to understand. I had always wanted to try to understand if it was just that specific physical radiation that I could feel, or if it was something more profound. And of course, it is left up to your own subjectivity. But as far as I'm concerned, I have discovered that there's definitely something much deeper than just the physical aspect of things. Of course, once again, there's a perceived state, but there's also something much deeper. And this is what led me eventually to meditation. And what meditation does for me is it allows me to feel aligned. That's one of the things, but also to strip away all the superficiality, all the unnecessary stressors, all the materialistic world worries away, and just get back to my true nature. And so I was just wondering if you would be interested in the following offer. It is absolutely free. It'll be probably one of the next videos. I was thinking that it would be an honor for me to introduce you to meditation, to talk about meditation techniques, talk about breath work. I am definitely not a specialist, but I think that I could pass you on what I think I have understood, um, so as for you to be able to discover it and benefit your own personal development, but more importantly, benefit your fulfillment of life. Because, like I said, as pilots, we are very well locked in the flight deck, and as beautiful as thing is, we go from flight deck, which is a pressurized environment, breathing some filtered air, being bombarded by some radiations. Yes, we have to say that it definitely is not a fairy tale. We do get bombarded with radiation, of course, to a very, 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 very small amount. So it does not impact our health um, long term, especially if we don't fly every day. If we were to fly every day, it would be a very different story. And I'm talking about an everyday for a long haul flight, because the longer you get exposed, the more DNA damage you potentially are subject to. But so long as we stay within a certain range, we don't get the damage. So that's one of the things, from a pressurized flight deck to a terminal to a hotel room. And sometimes, especially during wintertime, for instance, you don't even have the luxury to go out. Or maybe it's spring and you may have the luxury to go out, but what if your layover is at an airport terminal? You have, unfortunately, as a pilot, many instances where you get fully disconnected from Mother Nature. And as a result, I think getting this connection back is essential in our overall balance, in your balance as much as my balance. Therefore, walks surrounded by nature. But walking is one thing, or hiking is one thing. But if your mind is constantly running, then you lose some of the benefits of returning to your roots as a human being. This is where meditation and more extensively breath work, mind you, I shouldn't say more extensively, I should say in complementary to breath work, come into play. Meditation and breath work complement each other. That's what I wanted to say. You've noticed, I'm just opening a bracket here in this consistency challenge, that I do not do any editing, and it's on purpose, because I want this content to be as raw as possible so as to connect with you. My intent is not to boost my ego and see the number of subscribers and the number of viewers exploding. I'm definitely not interested in this. What I'm interested in is, first of all, building a system that will allow the brain to understand the benefit of consistency. So reprogramming the brain at doing something consistently, but in a creative way. Let's put it this way, because anytime I make a video, instead of consuming, I create. Even if it's mediocre, even if I make mistakes along the way, it's irrelevant. I'm closing this bracket. back to meditation and breathwork. Once again, in the comments below, for those of you who will watch this video, let me know if you're interested in a guided meditation down the road. I think it would be a very good exercise. But aside from a guided meditation, I think if you're interested in me talking about how I approach meditation, what it means to me in a much deeper way, it might be an interesting subject. Once again, the pilot's mindset: aviate, navigate, communicate. Aviate is your physical health, your mental health, and of course your spiritual health. We all have a spiritual health. Sometimes we think we don't, but being agnostic is somewhat being spiritual. It could be a debate about it. Navigate all the choices that we make along the way, and communicate the way we express ourselves with our brain, but more importantly, with our heart. Once again, thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Last one little bit of information. You've noticed over the last few videos that I keep saying keep the blue side up. I will tell you more on the next video about why I say so and when it originates from. In the meantime, keep the blue side up. Bye.